I'm so sorry about last week. Last week I was absolutely not okay. And in hindsight, I'm so sure I had a concussion for my brother's birthday. I just didn't know what a concussion feel like to diagnose it. I have been moving through the fog of that ever since, but I'm coming back around. I'm fine. Today, I'm feeling clearer, lighter, and excited to tell you all the things I wanted to tell you last week, but it got a little bit messy. I finally locked in my travel plans for Thailand, and I've got some little secrets I can't wait to share with you guys all along the way. So let's recap. Last week, I was running on a 3% battery or thereabouts. I had a week of dramatic Airbnb guests that I'll fill you in on shortly. This week, I've only got one guest. He's arriving this afternoon. He's a Kiwi lad and he's looking to explore the region. And I know this is going to be some low maintenance guest shit because he's male. And if it's one thing I've found most recently is that males tend to keep to themselves. Females will come out of the room and want to be entertained and obviously have yarns until all hours of the night. And then all of a sudden it's like, shit, I got to get up for work in the morning. They get to explore and I get to go to work. So, I am looking forward to having a male in the house for a few days and just seeing what happens. I'm not actually that stressed about it. It's I don't know, early in the morning on a Tuesday. He's arriving this afternoon and I'm not even worried. I'm not sweating the small stuff. It is what it is. I don't even care. And so Thailand is locked in. I'm not even going to ask any more advice on this. I'm just going to go. I've got a plan for my birthday. I am turning 39 while I'm there. That wasn't something I planned in a quick way. I can definitely assure you that. I've given up on travel agents like I told you last episode. And this trip is definitely 80% ChatGPT among friends' advice. I feel like my friends that have given advice, it's a definite recommendation as to what I should and shouldn't do. It just probably came at a lot. I was overwhelmed. Whereas a travel agent, you tend to listen to their advice and then they implement what they think you should do and then you just throw money at it. This was you can ask advice on where to go and your friends will tell you or whatever, but they don't do anything about it. They don't, they don't help you book hotels or find the cheapest price or, it's messy. So, yeah, look, it has been a bit of a ride and I'm not happy with how it's all sort of transpired. It has been 18 months in the making. But anyway, a big part of my excitement to get out there and explore the world definitely comes from my enjoyment of meeting people. I absolutely lack that in Cromwell and I always make up for every part of what I don't get in a small town from travel. And lately I've been reflecting on the friends I have or what feels like lack of. Because obviously I have a cheeky nature that loves a good catch up and I go from 0 to 100 on the social stuff when I can on a Friday because I'm not consistent with it. I don't have any workmates. I work from home and I definitely don't get those 5 p.m. cheeky Friday catch ups with your workmates that I used to have that I absolutely would kill for. I don't even care. Take my left leg. I'd love to just have a corporate Friday catch up drink. The ones I used to have in Brisbane on a Friday would somehow end up drunk shopping in Queen Street Mall or the best stories on the Monday morning, and I just don't have that here. I have a whole bunch of people that maybe have a couple of drinks and go home, or I'm out till 4 a.m. and it's just because I'm God, if I go home, then it's just going to be another weekday and, I have to do all my weekday things and wait till the next Friday. So anyway, it's a lot. I found out my neighbour is moving out and selling her house. This was on Saturday and I ran inside and grabbed my phone. She actually told me to my face, so it was quite nice. And I called my mum and I said, look, this is what's happening. Her response straight away was, how much does she want for the house? Almost adding another house to the portfolio was the first thing on her mind, yet I was way more excited at the potential of new friends over the fence. I can't actually drink with my neighbour that I have right now because she's on dialysis. I still asked her inside if she wanted to come in and have a catch up, but I don't know, we share a driveway and I feel like the communication kind of lacks and it's not, I'm obviously trying, and in COVID she was great. She was just there if we needed anything and that kind of shit, but it's not the same. So finding out that she's selling a house, I was truly excited for the potential of some new fun neighbours. I want to find someone that's more on my level. Mum thinks I lack friends from a corporate brain level where there's like stimulated chat, and she's not wrong. Something so good about having intellectual conversation, yet some fun, loose kind of chat. And right now I'm stuck in I have friends. It's just not the friends you want to invite for Friendsmas or Galentine's. And I know that's really harsh to say, but if I planned either of those two events, and quite frankly I did, they wouldn't have a clue what I was talking about. But also, I have friends who have male partners, and if they do something, the partner follows. And sometimes you just have a moment for the girls. It feels messy and it's not enjoyable to me, which makes it a million times easier to keep myself, keep to myself and focus more on my 75 medium that kicks off in March. So obviously it's like, I get it. I know what I'm after, and I know what I'm definitely not enjoying right now, which is so annoying. I look at my cousins in Australia, and a terrible example because there's a whole lot of them, but they get like so many great opportunities to catch up with all different people, and they have such great vivacious lives and things like that with people that want to do the same thing. Don't get me wrong, I've talked to my cousins about this, and I've definitely said it gets overwhelming, and sometimes you have to separate the fact that your partner's got family, your partner's got friends, you've got friends, you've got family, and it gets a little bit jumbled. But at least it's something. Like, I can't even say I'm going to have a Friendsmas or a Galentine's party, not because maybe they don't understand, but it's something that I really wanted to throw, because it's like celebrating your friends and celebrating the girls over Valentine's. I want to have like a wine. I don't want to have like a box of vodka sodas. Ew. Like, I saw an opportunity to throw an elegant type themed birthday. And I love, love, love elegance. Like, there's something so exotic, and like, you just don't have that down here. And I think if I did something along those lines, like, it would throw people off. Like, I have planned it in my living room to decorate it and to use like the most outrageous decorations to make it come to life. But I don't have the friends that I want to throw to do it. So annoying. So in saying all of that, I have a really clear March on my cards. So it's just empty. And the thing is, it's the lead into a very full April. But only because the Australian friends are here. They're going to be inundating my life for a month, but that's okay, and I'm very excited. So it's okay to have an empty month prior. I do enjoy a good routine before it gets absolutely smashed with guests, so I'm not sad about this. And quite frankly, if I got to like mash my life in New Zealand with the work friends and just my family in Australia, that's the best of both worlds. But I don't get that. So I don't know. I just get stuck in a rock and a hard place sometimes. It's like, do I run away back to Australia because that's the social life I thrive in? Or do I stay in this quiet, sleepy little town where, I don't know, people get excited over stupid shit that's like not even entertaining? My God, am I feeling negative right now? Yeah, sorry. Anyway, March is going to be about, of course, adding to what I was doing in January, which in my eyes was a lot of testing and habit stacking. I wasn't overwhelmed. I really enjoyed it. Then adding in the fitness side of what I was doing this month, which was just showing up for myself, continuing Pilates, and trying to run more than I've ever run in my life. I don't hate running. I know I was being dramatic last episode, but running never sticks with me. It's not what I show up and get excited about. I'm definitely a hurdles, short distance, like baton sprints kind of girly. And I have been since primary school, so I don't know why I'm trying to make long distance a thing. I don't know. I was thinking in March also to focus on whole foods and nutrition. I remember way back when I was doing keto, and I was thinking about this the other day, how New Zealand had no low-carb food, and I had to order things globally. Then COVID happened, and nothing was moving. It was such a drama. So leading on from that, I am a little bit more aware from these 2 months of what I have been doing first thing in the morning, and I am a little bit more observant as to what goes on. I want to say this, but I feel like I'm going to say it wrong. What goes in my mouth first thing in the morning. Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. So just a recap, I have been having Celtic salt and warm water, and it's been working wonders. I haven't had coffee till 10 a.m. if I even reach for it at all. So I'd probably say I have 3 coffees a week instead of 7. I've made sure I've been fueling every part of my workout routine before a run or a gym session. And that's with more than just pre-workout, which, by the way, I've been absolutely loving pre-workout gummies lately. I don't know, it's like a new invention. So anyway, I'm really enjoying having lots of fiber with seeds and really thinking about what kind of bread I want my scrambled eggs to be served on when I do get around to actually having breakfast. And I'm really loving ham salad rolls for lunch, because getting in 5+ a day, fruits and veggies in my life, I really suck at. So for breakfast and lunch, I'm definitely jamming as many things I can in, because I feel like if I start off on the right foot between those 2 meals, then dinner can be a little bit more relaxed. However, I have been definitely grabbing some really unusual foods lately, like dates and walnuts for snacks instead of crackers and cheese, drinking a shit ton of water. I think so far I'm actually doing really great at that. And I recently got into fish for dinner, which a few of my family and friends saw a recipe on TikTok. I was the one that posted it. And they were like, oh, I was going to get around to trying that. I said, but did you? No. Well, who actually has fish in the fridge these days? Let's be honest. So I get it. But anyway, learning how to incorporate that into my diet was really a bit of a curveball. I made a red curry with it, which it was so simple. And now I can't stop thinking about how delicious this meal was. And I had it 2 dinners in a row. I think it was Sunday, Monday. And now I'm just I think it's going to help me reach for fish at the supermarket more. I think I was thinking about how to serve fish, and it kind of just dawned on me, grilled is so boring, or crumbing it was such a waste of time, because when you homemade crumb fish and then the crumb gets stuck to the fry pan, and it's just why did I even bother? Anyway, I actually don't think the 75 medium in March is going to be that hard, because I'm already doing so much anyway. I'm just tying it all up a little bit with a bit more routine. I definitely have been including less screen time, which I'm down to 3 hours a day across my screens. And I just want to, up the ante a little bit with some gym stuff. Obviously, going to Thailand, I know I'm going to get my steps in, so I probably should work on being more aware of that. Reading more than I am, which isn't hard when you enjoy a book, and right now I've got 3 on the go. Definitely eating well according to a good healthy diet. I'm getting in lots of protein, fiber, and just healthy things. I don't know. I am still having a drink if I want, but not just for the hell of it. That's kind of the real kicker here, guys. It's not hard to I think it's one of those things, if you don't have wine in the fridge, it's not cold, so you won't crack it, you won't drink it. Whereas many, many moons ago, I was totally against putting ice cubes in wine, and now I found myself doing it. And, I'm not doing it with expensive wine, I'm doing it with shitty, cheap wine. So anyway, that's how I've found myself not reaching for a wine as much as I should. So anyway, I'm taking more time for me and my appearance, and that's one I want to do more in March and April. I actually haven't had a haircut since August last year. This sounds terrible. I was in Australia. I got my hair thinned out for the wedding, and they took too much, and I've been trying to make it grow ever since. So I desperately want to get my hair done. I want to get my toes pedicured before winter, before they don't see the light of day until friggin' October. My actual fingernails have some nail glue on them from some bad Temu nail glue, and I need to take that off. But other than that, I'm not really bothered about the end result, because I'm going to Thailand, and let's be honest, they know how to do spa treatment, so I'm definitely going to indulge there. But this whole thing, 75 hard leading into Hawaii trip, was a little bit more important because of how, you feel and look in Hawaii. Hawaii to me is going to be the holiday that was glamorous. It was a lot of, I had a packed suitcase. I had multiple outfits that I was excited to wear. Thailand is a little different. It's solo. I've got a backpack and I don't give a shit. And also, I'm not basing myself in one hotel for, 2, if not 3 weeks. I'm hopping around. Like, I'm fully backpacking Asia. So I don't really think that putting a lot of effort into my appearance is going to matter. It's Thailand. I want to get like heaps of treatments, and I'm not really bothered on the end result, to be honest. So, speaking about Thailand, I absolutely cannot wait to get my bum on that flight, you guys. But in saying that, I'm going to tell you a little secret, the first secret off the bat. I'm actually going to China. I know. I stressed myself out about this for 2 weeks so hardcore I could barely function. I was just disgustingly nervous till a friend said, Danny, it's going to be a side quest and one that you think you will actually enjoy. So I kind of turned my brain around a little bit and I was like, so it's off the beaten track, it's different. A lot of people will see it as a different destination. But to me, it's like, okay, go and learn something. So I started talking to like more Chinese Airbnb guests about different things, and I kind of found out more about the location. And this has only happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but it was Chinese New Year, so there was a few Chinese coming through. And all of a sudden it wasn't so scary. I even watched a lot of YouTube episodes to do with China, because I was like, oh my gosh, the worst thing that I could ever imagine is trying to learn the characters of their language. I was stressing out. I was like, I'm going to get lost. It's just not even going to be anything that I'm going to find enjoyable, blah, blah, whatever. So anyway, I'm going to do it. I'm going to China. Let's see what happens. But I do. I have the whole trip mapped out and booked. I just finalized where I will be for my 39th birthday, and that is going to be Koh Samui. Only because Koh Samui was recommended as super social. I want the bucket cocktails. I want to meet some randoms. And I just want it to be a little bit messy, like I've been recommended a bar, and they were like, Danny, just go to this bar and you'll be absolutely fine. I was like, look, just get out of your head. Let's just go and just see what happens. Who cares? So anyway, the trip goes like this. And I haven't told anyone this. I don't even think my mum knows this, to be honest, because I was so up in the air about what I was choosing to do. I actually haven't seen my mum since, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say last week, but that's irrelevant, because even though we don't live together, we don't tend to have those conversations where it's like interesting. She finds out about my life conversations, you know what I mean? So I am going to China, Bangkok, Krabi, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Samui, Phuket, Bali Beach, Singapore. Then I have a surprise. It's another side quest, and I'm thrilled the surprise actually got confirmed yesterday. But if you know, you know, I'm definitely going to continue this adventure. So I'm going to leave the surprise till later, but it will be one that you guys are honestly going to say, I should have known. So I'm very, very excited to do this. It's going to be a crazy adventure. The sad thing about it is that in less than 100 days, this is all going to be over. From now till the end of my trip is less than 100 days. So that's a little bit annoying. It's like anticlimactic. It's like it's going to happen and then it's going to be over. But I'm not thinking about it like that. So anyway, back to the Airbnb. So I had this lovely British couple on the Monday. Obviously, I talked about it with you guys. Tuesday, I was mad and concussed. Wednesday, I had a South Korean couple. They were lovely. They actually really were super considerate towards Po, my cat. Thursday, we had this mother-daughter duo from China who offered to make a banquet for Chinese New Year's. It was hectic and stressful, and I shouldn't have said yes. There was too many pots and too many pans, too many ingredients. They started cooking at 7:30, ended at 11 p.m. This is where it gets a bit wonky. They were still outside at 2 a.m. looking for the Milky Way galaxy. So by Friday, I was done. I was like, I had this massive can of Red Bull, and I was like, just get to the end of the day. When I went out on the Friday to go and talk to the elderly people in Queenstown about my life and stuff, I feel like what came out of my mouth was absolute gibberish. They loved it. They asked me back. It's a whole thing. But I'm just like, what did I even say? Isn't that terrible? Like, my brain was so mushed. And I hate saying that, whatever happens in my Airbnb gets reflected in my actual life, because that's just such a letdown. But I was really spiraling, like late last week when it was all sort of compounding. I was crying a lot. I was just like, why the frig am I doing this? It's not enjoyable. It's enjoyable until it's not, because for whatever reason you might get like one dodgy guess out of like 15. And it's like, oh my gosh. For me, last week I overwhelmed myself by having 3 separate guests across 3 different days. And there were 6 people. And I was like, it seems like it's not a lot, but in hindsight, when you have to like have people out by a certain time and then you have to change the bedding, get everything like refreshed for the next guest. Oh my gosh, I was like, why am I doing this? But then Mum was like, it doesn't matter. Like, do you want to keep doing it? Do we pull everything up? Thing is, I've got bookings right through till June at the moment, so I kind of can't. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it's just difficult. I need to get myself out of that mindset. So I went into it a little bit more organized, where myself and everything I do comes first, the guest comes second, whereas for a long time it was the other way around. I wasn't eating very well. I wasn't sleeping. And that wasn't because of my stress levels. That was because of phone calls being made at 1 or 2 in the morning to their countries. And it's like, the level of respect some guests have is just in the toilet, honestly. Like, the wee Chinese couple on the Thursday, I understand that obviously they're not familiar with this house or whatever, but they were slamming doors. And all I could think of was, if I was in their little apartment in China, I would tiptoe around the place. Like, honestly, it's so crazy. So anyway, I'm just kind of like feeling a little bit more refreshed after my Friday till Tuesday holiday. I'm ready to knock this on the head and continue. And it's just going to be a case of let's just get through the next couple of months. I'm excited. March, empty. April, full of guests. May, away on my trip. And in a little bit of side news, my mum is moving back to Cromwell, which is fine. Just means more money will get saved, because randomly she got an offer for someone to move into the flat in Hanley Farm, and we couldn't turn it down. If someone's going to throw money at you and say they want something short term, it's just from March till the end of May, you do it. She's moving back, I think, as early as this weekend. I'm kind of excited. It's a weird one, because I did get a little bit excited about having my own space, but in hindsight, like, it really was no different. And in that whole time from October till now, the 24th of February, I thought I'd throw heaps more parties over summer, but I only threw one. Every single time I went to throw a party, I was like, nah, I can't be fucked. Can't be bothered. I don't want the cleanup. I don't want the headaches. Like, I'm actually a lot more quieter than I thought I was, and I enjoy my peace. So I said to Mum, it's absolutely fine. I'd rather she was here and we had an Airbnb guest every now and then, and we made heaps of money between renting the flat and Mum being back here so she's not commuting from Queenstown to Cromwell for work, than continuing the way that we are. I feel like if anyone talks to me about Airbnb, they always have their own support system, like, a side entrance door where the guests don't actually talk to the owners of the property. Whereas for me, I have to have them come through the front door and I have to greet them because of the house layout, or just even having my mum here as support because of maybe their behaviour or whatever. So it is going to bring my stress levels down a whole lot, because I am doing this all by myself, and I don't think my mum realises how bad and stressful it has been. So I'm 100% across this and excited to have Mum. And I don't really give a shit anymore, honestly. It's more that she's going to be here for my trips and my guests and stuff to look after my cat. And that's great. That's a win. Just means I don't have to rely on people in Cromwell to feed the cat. So yeah, anyway, little side note there. And saying that, no one really knows much that I've been talking about in this podcast, because I've been so busy and have had my head down. I don't think my mum knows a lot of things. So anyway, that's the update. Concussion recovery, Airbnb madness, lifestyle recalibration is what I'm calling it. And a very locked and loaded Thailand trip is on the cards. I feel like I'm in my quiet preparation era right now, and honestly, I'm loving it. From the food to the fitness to the habit stacking, the fun is eventually coming. The stories will be there, and I'm going to take you all along for all of it. I'm going to take my microphone to Thailand, so there will be a few times where I get to sit in my accommodation, which I cannot wait to share where I'm going to be staying. You're actually going to be like in hysterics. Some of the names of the hotels or the themes of the hotels are just absolutely what you want to see. And all of the side quests that I'm doing, the surprises and the slightly messy birthday celebrations in Koh Samui. I want to say a big thanks for being here this week, guys. Thanks for listening. I'm going to catch you in the next episode and see what we get up to. Bye for now.